See ya! That was 50 points off the track, baby.
In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. Through city streets and temples high, find your story beneath the sky. Waves crash, pumping our sense, harmony flows to the best of lands. In the neon glow, where is bent, the culture rich, where is sense, even more no grace. Dance the night with every star, a guiding light. In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. The cherry lanes and
Well, I just sort of got myself in a
find your
valve already.
magic near the moonlit nights.
Alrighty, guys. Let's get ourselves going for today. Now there's a couple of things that I wanted to come in today. That I wanted to show you guys. If we go in and we look at my trucking, we now have officially a logo for Maddie's Trucking. Now, I could have done it in a darker tone and made it a little bit easier to see, but that's okay. We'll see how it looks up on a... on a thing. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that, I know that I haven't been really active in posting a lot of stuff. And I will tell you, like, I am somebody that, you know, I will pretty much, we need to check a thing real quick, guys. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know why, but I had to change a setting real quick. Now of course there's a lot of things that go on in to society and go on to showing that everybody here in America, there's a lot of people out there that are not absolutely telling you everything that goes on in the United States. You can't just rely on, like I always say this, don't rely on me saying the truth. Don't rely on me. There is a new thing now. Of course, I have the change on this. Now, of course, we're here in, okay. We're gonna go to service. Um, we're gonna go to quick travel. We're gonna quick travel to Berlin. Okay. Now, I'm not quite for sure if I have, we're quickly traveling to Berlin for a good reason. Um, Now, I will tell you, we're gonna only focus on a new mod. Okay? Now, of course, if you guys actually look at this, let I might actually drop this thing, but I wanted to just show you guys um what is available. Now, this is G-Pard trucking. Now, I wanted to see if I could change this need a photo mode. Hold on. No, this is fine. Photo settings here. Okay. So we now have what our thing is. Now, of course, this is a thing that I know we traveled this far to show you, but garage. I thought okay. Okay, now I know that that's what I'm doing, but if you come over here, I thought that it would have garage canyon of D-Deck. Okay, so it does include the thing, but I don't think I want to use something that's just going to inevitably fall. Okay. We're gonna What do they consider this? Um... Okay, so now let's go to system. Yes. Because I would rather have a different looking garages every time. And I want to like look at everything in the style of making these things look better, making sure that trucks, that my garages don't look like older stuff, because it's like I don't want to have this game be like an old stuff, but I wanted to see now if we go over to media, let's go to photo mode. Okay, so this will actually look a lot better. It'll be a little bit more modern looking style, and that's okay. I don't want it to be like, I wanted to maybe see if we could have a better logo. But we're gonna take the time. Nope. Okay. We're gonna take the time to come in. We're gonna take a quick rest here. To show you guys the inside of a garage. In here. Should look inside the modern garage. Like, that would be glass up there, I hope. Because I just like to have a variety. I think what it should really be is our logo, the company logo should be on the building, and I don't know why that why they don't. What? Okay. I don't think I have a lot of time to do this, so we might not be able to do this in a full on process, but hey, we've got a lot of things coming, guys. I will tell you, there's a couple things going on. My second channel will be an update. There will be some things that I'm gonna do with that channel. It's gonna be pertaining to a lot of sneakers. Of course, it's still that thing, but we're gonna have a new thing coming out. Where I'm going to come out and I'm gonna share you with you guys. Um, I don't like the red one. I like the flashing red, so I might go and grab that later, but I'm not gonna go into looking for it. I just wanted to see that garage thing, and it's like, why can't you just put a one out there without your logo, out there on the Steam Workshop, like just the Steam Workshop itself, um. But there is this thing that no. I know I've got myself. There, I need to do a couple things. I've been trying to, I don't know why, but tonight, where I want to have the chat open from both sides, and yes, I know that we got hit by that. That was my fault. Yeah, it'll probably. I don't get it why they can't just come out with a easy way for us to mod our game or mods to studios. I don't get why they can't create one for Linux. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick a different thing, but we are here in Berlin just to, I'm not gonna pick up the external market though. Boric acid. Works. That's 8 hours. This will be. We could go with the 8-hour one. For it, it's slightly better, but then that one also is 5-hour trip time. I think I'm gonna take the boric acid one. I think. Because I'm looking at my price sugar. Let's do it. Let's do it by price. Okay. Minute butters 13. 12 hours for beans. Taking stuff from Tesla, which this guy must really like. What? I don't know. I want the best. That's only gonna take me 8 hours to get fertilizer. We don't got a lot of time for it. I don't even know what hipster thing you're talking about, but um, I don't quite understand what you mean by that. But anywho, um, there is a few things that I'm going to tell you that this week there will be a new video out this week for that channel. Um, I'll have it out on later this. I'll have it out on Wednesday, Thursday this week. Most likely Thursday for it. But it's one of those things where it's gonna be a thing where I haven't uploaded to that channel in like year or so. I haven't bought anything in a year or whatnot. Because I have no money, I have no funds, I have nothing. I don't know what you mean by hipster noise. I don't know, but there is this thing where is Trump an actual communist? That's the thing that I ask. Is Trump a communist? Is Trump a dictator? What constitute him as being one? There's a lot of things that constitute him being one, and one of those things is the military. Okay. He is one of those people that basically, if you look at the military today, Trump has basically decided to put the military in California. You know, he did that in LA. It's gone, I think. I'm not quite for sure that I haven't heard media talk about it for a while. But Trump is somebody that is also is somebody that that you look at in the right not the I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, you look at the thing with LA, and then you also look at the thing in Washington D.C. He has basically allowed the military to be in the presence in Washington D.C. A lot of people are not going, like, they say that their people are going out, and people are safe, people feel happy. In Washington D.C. they're safe. Restaurants are closed. Half the restaurants are closed. Most of the people aren't wanting to go out. They don't want to go out. They don't want to go out there. Trump thinks that he knows better. Trump thinks that he knows that they're right, but absolutely not. He absolutely does not know that he's out there destroying America. Tariffs, like, he thinks that tariffs are a thing that we don't have to pay, that the other country pays, and absolutely does not know that. Okay, that's one. And then number two, he does not know that you know, that he thinks that we are all hotshot, we are all like he's like we are somebody that that America is safer by just getting rid of the criminals, getting rid of people that he thinks that are criminals that aren't criminals, because Abrego Garcia is another instance of this, where Abrego Garcia basically came back to the United States and now is actually going to another country because of stupidity. because he has basically gone out and done things like that. He has gone out and he's gone out and think that the cities are safer by sending military. Um, he's gonna send them into Baltimore, Chicago, New York, um, and it's like they are capitulating. Some of the major universities are capitulating. He wants $500 million from Harvard now. He's a dictator. He is basically forcing the things that he wants. That he's absolutely somebody that he wants what he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he's gonna harm you. And he's like, he's somebody that I don't trust. He's somebody that has lost my trust since last year of 2020. He's lost me even more. Since 2021, I kind of was like, okay, I'm kind of like, okay, well, it's like, I'm not, I thought he was like somebody that I could trust, somebody that he was a good. I always voted just upon um what I did when in 20 before 2021. Okay, I voted based on who was ever the Republican Party, who was ever um on that ticket, whoever basically it was. Um, Now I am somebody that goes far and beyond away from the the party. I have gone um from being a Republican, a Republican that's kind of a moderate Republican. I'm now a moderate Democrat because of a lot of the things that I now believe more in. The things that I thought I believed were the Republican Party. The things that I thought that they were small government, they were somebody that wants to basically let the states be the states. They're now not letting that happen because now they're basically going after, you know, they're taking abortion and going after people who get an abortion in another state that doesn't live there. That doesn't belong in that state. Basically, they're going after them to destroy them as a as a as the truth. They are not out there. They're out there wanting to take away this thing. It does not help one bit. You know, it does not help a single bit when you look at the Online Safety Act or you look on anything. They like a lot of times like both sides are equally agreeing to the Online Safety Act. They both don't know anything about the Online Safety Act. This whole party does not know the Online Safety Act in any way, shape, or form. Of the similar, it's the COS Act, the Kids Online Safety Act. Pretty much, they basically in the UK they just basically took the Online Safety Act. They took the Online Safety Act and removed the kids off of it. The kids are part of this thing where um Trump is somebody that believes in only the things that he wants. More money, he's greedy. It's like, will he ever make it to heaven? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe he won't make it to heaven because of the things that he has done. And destroying this great nation, you know? I will tell you, Bush is a lot better than Trump is. Okay? For the time of being in office, Bush was a lot better. But I'm not, is better. But Obama was better than Bush. And Biden, not so much better than both of them, but Biden did fare better than Trump. And you know, it's one of those things where you go out and you believe the right, um, the right-winging media, or believing in those things. Don't just believe Fox News. Like, I go, and I'll tell you, I don't use Fox News, but I get snippets from Fox News that they share, and I'm like, half the time they're not really absolutely sitting there, um, they're not out there telling you the absolute truth. They're going out there and telling you that, hey, you got to realize that that Fox News will sometimes get partial truth, but they only get the partial. They don't get the whole truth. And same with CBS and all these other places. Nobody gets the complete truth completely. Midas Touch comes close. Um, Midas Touch comes close to telling the truth. Not perfect. I'm not saying like, because they always talk about, you know, Trump wants to basically make um medicine for the cheapest medical medicine that I can get in the world. Like, if a medicine costs $10 in Germany, he hasn't done that. Medicine has gone up in price. Groceries are going up. Like, consumer goods are going up. PlayStations are going up. Shoes are going up. People are absolutely going up in a lot of these things, and you can't just go out there and believe that you have to go and look at the local prices. You have to go look at these prices. Prices are going up, and you can't go out there and say, well, oh well, $50. Okay, whoop-de-doo, it's $50. $50 to somebody buying a PlayStation for $50 more, meaning they're gonna lose out on a game. They have the money now to buy that PlayStation. That PlayStation is now $550, right? That means they have now and they only had enough. They had $600 to buy the PlayStation. Okay, they had $600. They had $50. They had enough to basically buy it. That PlayStation, they lose out on the games. They lose out on being able to get a game, and they're gonna have to now save up a little bit more before they can do. And then eventually, at some point, that PlayStation, like when they start saving up, they'll have to wait another month or so. But then that next month, they're not going to be able to buy that PlayStation, because that PlayStation is now $100 more because of freaking tariffs. These consumer electronics are going up in price. This is why I will tell you, I will advocate that if you want to get a computer and you want to build a computer, go build a Linux computer. Don't build a Windows computer. Build a Linux computer, because because building a computer, you will save yourself $300 by building a Linux, by building a Bazite. Now, of course, the logo for Bazite that I use for the thumbnail in this is the trans. I built it myself, utilizing the trans logo, the trans flag, making it the Bazite, following the Bazite thing. I just did it in the trans logo for this one, just to see what you guys think of it, because that's kind of one of those things where you know, I would start creating Linux distros and start creating creating a, like, if I know getting into programming is going to be the toughest thing, but I can use AI to maybe make some of those concessions and bring in a lot of stuff. But it's like, you can't go out there and look at the media or look out at these prices and things and expect to get somewhere, you know? You know, and I don't go out there and say, you know, you go out and you buy a pair of shoes that used to be like $100, now it's $120 because you have to pay a little bit more now to get those shoes. Shoes are becoming more expensive, clothing's becoming more expensive, food, the necessities that are needed even are becoming more expensive, and the poor people, the middle class that is defined in and as a middle class, defined as a middle class, might now be defined as a poor person now, because they cannot afford it. You know, you look at these politicians. One of the things that you look at the United States politicians, if I was a politician, I would basically say, okay, you're a politician, well, guess what? I am now going up there, and now I am going to go out there and say, you're a politician, well, guess what? Now I'm going to say, let's cut our pays by 50%. You don't want to cut the pay by 50%, then don't cut people's Medicare, don't cut people's Medicaid, don't cut people's necessity that is needed. Because if you think you can survive now on that 100,000 plus a year, then maybe you need to think about $60,000 a year, $60,000, and you already are getting more money out of pocket by you're already out there by getting that. It's like they don't understand that you don't need to have a fancy suit, a $100,000, $500 suit, when a $50 suit is going to suffice. Okay, a suit that is $50, you know, just saying that a cheaper suit will suffice. I think sometimes buying cheaper will manage. Buying a cheaper tie. Don't need to buy those Gucci, those Louis Vuitton, or buying these $1,000 Rick Owens, and buying these shoes that are absolutely expensive. Like, I'm sorry, but if the shoes that I have bought, all of my Adidas, all of my YRU, all of my Nike, all of my stuff, and all the shoes that I have bought have either been around or about, for each pair, around or have been basically under $160 without shipment or tax or anything like that. $160. A pair of shoes should not cost you, and if you take good care of them and you take good care of your of the things you have, okay, you are going to have a better time at keeping your thing. You don't need to go out and if you go out and you say, okay, well, I need a new pair of shoes for school. The only people that should need a new pair of shoes for school are kids. Kids who are growing should only need the possibility of shoes for them. Adults who are there don't need to go out and buy a shoe every year to buy one shoe every year and throw away the other shoe when that shoe still looks decent, looks good if you take care of it. You know, if you take care of the things that you have, most of the time I try to take care of my headphones. Now, of course, these headphones, the sides of the things are falling apart, but that's a given. Of course, it's one of those things where you spend your time with taking care of things, you'll have a lot better chance at keeping them alive. Now, of course, I have lost 2 laptops in the course of while I was going to school because I was hard on it. I was not taking good care of my technology. And not taking care of your thing, it's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form if you don't take care of the things that you like. If you are out there, like if you are a wealthy, no, I'm not gonna. I'm always in this lane. I know I should be over in this lane, so we're gonna do this. It's always good to always keep an eye on that. The only thing that you don't need to take good care of, the biggest thing is if you are, the only thing that you don't need to really take care of a lot are your toothbrushes. A lot of times, if you have a toothbrush, you can get rid of that toothbrush. You're gonna have to get rid of it at some point because it's gonna do that. But if you take care of the things, take care of your car, you will be able to run it a lot longer than it should. Then you can make it run a lot longer than absolutely probably need to get a new car. That's the whole thing, is you take care of things, you take care of everything that you have, you'll be better off in a lot of things. It's like if you have a car, don't need to go trade that car in if it still runs, still works, and continues to work. You don't need to go out and trade your car in every 3 years, unless you're running a tax write-off for your company or whatever. But still, you can manage to live with that car for a lot longer. You can manage to survive if you are willing and able to save funds for it over that time. If your car is starting to break down a lot more often than it should, then it's maybe time to start thinking about a new car at some point. But or thinking about getting a new pair of shoes when they start falling apart, or getting new clothes when they have holes and things. But you can still utilize that shirt if it has a hole in it. You can donate it to, or recycle. Take those things and recycle it. Find ways to recycle. Do things to help better the society, because you might that clothes might be able to be turned into another piece of clothing. Might be able to turn into utilizing it for somebody else. Might be able to. If you have a shirt that has a hole at the bottom of the shirt, you can maybe turn it into a crop top if you want. You can make those concessions and change your the way that you manage your things. It's easier for people to say that. Now, of course, me spending $100 pair of shoes and buying one out almost every paycheck or whatnot, it's might not be worth it, but it's worth it to somebody. It's worth it to like me to do that. But I don't do that right now because I don't have the dough. I don't have the. I wish I had $38,000 right now. If I had $38,000, I would have my debt paid off by now. Um, I would have no. Um, I would have less funds. Wouldn't be. I would have like a better computer today, a second computer by now. Right now, I'm probably not. I'm probably doing that, but it's hard. It's hard when today, when I will tell you, like, there are three things that I will tell you that you should do and you should always do. Is one, um if you are on YouTube or you are viewing YouTube, okay, there are two things that you should really always have, and there's two things that I always tell people that they're these things are well worth the opportunity to have. The first thing that you should always do is take the care of the take care of the shoes that you desperately have. I mean, not that. When you have the YouTube thing, thanks Miracle Space for joining the TikTok live. When you take the YouTube or take the Trovo or take these things, if there is a premium, like I'll tell you, YouTube Premium is absolutely something that you should have. Having an ad blocker just to do that, that's a great way to absolutely get rid of your ads. Paying $15 to YouTube absolutely does better for you in the long run because you don't have those ads. Paying that premium every month is worth it. You get YouTube music, you get music, you get downloads, you get movies. You get a lot of things that are out there that help you and support you and do things and all of this. But when and those are the things that it helps the content creators, it helps them get more. It's like you go look at your Twitch or whatever platform you're on and you look at these things, you can fix your decision and not fix it, but you can fix the decision for a lot of these YouTubers that are struggling. Like if you have it, you can do it. You can do that. I wish YouTube Premium. I wish that YouTube Premium would have a thing where if a content creator does live, I wish this premium would give you one free membership to the live creator, or give you where if they go live, having the ability to support them by when they have a live, like finding some way to help it, like maybe have like you have your YouTube Premium. Maybe instead you take that YouTube Premium and they give you like you get the lowest, you can subscribe to the lowest tier, and that helps them get there. And you can do that for one YouTuber, and one YouTuber that you really like the most, that you can do it because you're paying into this, you help them. And that would be fantastic for it. And it's just not something that is feasible. I'm pretty sure it probably can be easily feasible to do it, but it might not be the bottom line is for it. But a lot of the stuff that I do tend to watch a lot of YouTube. I tend to watch a lot of the three major platforms that I tend to watch a lot the most on is Trovo. I mean not Trovo, is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are the three places that I tend to go the most. The second most, and then after all that, it's TikTok, which for those of you guys watching, make sure you guys share the live. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe wherever you guys are, because it really does help the algorithm. It does really do that. You know, you guys can send some gifts. I know I don't have TikTok open right now because I was just struggling trying to get on, trying to set up a new thing, trying to get a logo in for this game because I needed a trucking logo. I might still fix the trucking logo to make it to have that black to take the logo itself, have a have a make the logo and make it so that it's the logo itself is darker in tone, and it allows for me to pretty much just so that it looks a little bit darker on there, so you can see it a little bit easier when you load in or anything like that. Because this is the thing that I'm doing is I running the logo and running this game. I absolutely Euro Truck is so much better than American Truck, and it's not the fault of SCS's fault. It's just the way that you know, it's just the way that the trucking community in both of these countries are totally different. You know, the Europe has better trucks than America. America runs on less safety, less safe trucks, where you know they have that big nose, so they can't see out as good compared to um compared to the rest of the um compared to Europe. Because Europe right now, I love the way that Europe has built their trucks. I love these trucks a lot better. They're a lot. I feel like they will be a lot safer for a lot of people, a lot safer for a lot of truck drivers. Um, and to me this, and it's not the the thing that they have is like just the way that they do things in Europe. Sometimes there are better options. There are better things that make better decisions, like using cane sugar in all of their products, using cane sugar everywhere instead of just utilizing it in requirement because they have to follow the law. Well, we use high fructose corn syrup. Like sometimes there are parts of Europe like using the non-artificial dyes and using things that are sometimes better. Now that doesn't mean that within these countries that have the better decision or better thing, they don't always have. Not every country is better at their job, at their core of it. No country is great at what they do. Is 100% perfect. You know, I was wait. Yeah, you idiot. I was trying to turn and you had to. Um, it's no way in any shape that a country's perfect, and it's just like the United States. It's not perfect in any shape either. Um, because the United States has actually gotten a lot worse. Um, United States is absolutely becoming under fire under a dictator, and our country is going to slowly start becoming a communistic country like Russia and China, and you never know. I always try my best to make sure that we are trying to be better at what I want to see in America. And I don't mind. I rarely have anything that I want to change about America. Um, um, Rarely. And there's only two. There's only like three things that I would change effective immediately that even under Biden that are under the geist of a lot of things. And there's only three. Three major ones. And to be honest, that I would personally would love to see. First off, I would love to see that we have um, LGBTQ protections for everybody. Um, to have better medical care and not only to have better medical care but also to have better choice in life and making sure that everybody has the equal opportunity to achieve greatness, to make sure that our teachers are getting paid fairly well, making sure that that our teachers are the ones that are the backbone of this country, making sure that now we're in Munich. Um we need to hold on, let me check. Okay, so we have 2 hours until our next rest stop. Um we're gonna go that way. Um but making sure that everybody has an equal time to but what I am going to do is, I know what it's telling me to go back. I wanted to go this. I'm gonna go this way for a good reason, because I want to see what if we got a job over here that I might pick up, and we might be able to do it later tonight or tomorrow. Most likely leaning towards tomorrow. Tomorrow because tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Um, um, because I was thinking about not gonna be here this weekend, and then I was like, no, I just wanted to make sure that my mom is okay, and not like the whole reason for me to go. But my mom's like, okay, well, this one's a 13-hour trip time. Um, that goes by, basically it has to be by Thursday. Um, that one takes 18, and has to be done by Friday. Um, okay. We're gonna skip the loading process. Okay. We're gonna sit here. We're gonna save our game, guys. We will come back to this later. I know I need to go to bed. I need to not go to bed. I need to get off. It's 26, 2025. But thank you all for being here. Remember, the United States, the last couple of things I do wanted to say before I do fully hop off, is that right now, if you don't know what's going on, don't know what's pertaining to why I'm talking about them being a communist, is that he has now 10% stake in Intel, and that's not good. It just makes me realize more why I won't support Intel even more, why I will support AMD, and I will support AMD fully where I can. And I think if you are against Trump, you should start doing that. If you currently have a computer and you cannot switch over and you're still on Intel, figure out a way to platform change. You can still keep the case that you have, and do it and just switch over. It will be, if you're thinking on building a new computer right now, go AMD. Don't just not go AMD and not go Intel, because Intel screwed Barnacules over royally for it. Because they had to be bailed out because of the issue with the 13th and 14th gen CPUs that for it, and now it's just like you know, and so these companies are also part of the issue with Trump and stuff. So that's why I think is Trump a communist? Yes, because he's wanting to instill more companies to probably be under, and that's not right. We should not have, nobody should be having any stake in any of these companies. They should not be under government rule. No company should be. Companies should be separated from the government, and so it's one of those things. Now there's a handful of things that I will say, like NASA's one that I'd say, okay, yeah, that's fine, or having USAID, or having things that better society, but at the same time, but making it as a priority to have a lot of companies under it, and that's not good. You know, Intel should have never done that. Intel could have said, we'll go look to another country, and they could have easily asked for some assistance. They could have gone to Canada and asked for assistance, for loan, and ask for a lot of this stuff, and they didn't have to go and rely on Trump. But sadly, that's just it. But guys, I will be back tomorrow if you guys want to see more content from me. Here on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see. I will tell you. You know, it takes time to do thumbnails, and takes time for me to do things. So it's a great way to do that by supporting me. Just doing that. You guys can also hit that beautiful follow here on Trovo and TikTok. Remember, all of these are free to do so. No need to spend any money on it. But And there's a lot of things that just are out there that you can do to share the content. Most of my news, guys, where I get some of this information and stuff, I just want you to know that I do get this from independent media sources, from Midas Touch, David Packman, Jesse Dollamore, Tennessee Brando, those kind of sources. I don't really listen to I really don't quite listen to TYT this much as I used to. I don't even listen to them anymore. I still have them subscribed, but I just don't follow them for all that network. So, anyway, yeah. So guys, it's great. We will catch you guys later tonight for some Fortnite if you guys want to see that. The Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, guys. Saturday and Sunday will be the last week before I go into a new schedule. Starting next Monday, we will do Parkitect next Monday. It'll be Sunday, Monday's Parkitect, Tuesday, Wednesday's Euro Truck, Thursday, Friday's American Truck. Saturday is whatever I decide to pick for it if Tech Talk is not live. I was half expecting Barnacle to be on, and I realized he wasn't on until late that night, so I could have live streamed. Sometimes I don't live stream on Saturday at all. But hey, we'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock, so we'll catch you guys then.